Easy as well with the culture homes, this and that culture, energy, new agenda. Yeah, sound good, sound real good. But at the end of the day, it's starting to seem like KLC heavy is a real fake phony joke stand. Period. Hmm. A great liar as well. Heavy. He making everybody believe since the off-season presser that it's about growth and development for McCarthy. It's about bringing in competition for him. Whole time he trying to bring in someone to replace him. I repeat, whole time he's trying to bring in someone to replace him, baby. Yeah. So what are you telling me here, huh? Come on, bro. Stop it.
It's plausible. And if you're the Minnesota Vikings, listen, J.J. McCarthy's career ain't going to be over because of Kyler Murray. J.J. McCarthy's career in Minnesota is going to be over because of J.J. McCarthy, because he didn't look too damn good. You got
There we go. I know he said my brother Stephen A. First off, Holmes, your big biscuit head, shut your big pineapple head ass up. You hear me? Period. No cap. Bottom line. And you didn't set up there and disrespect my brother Holmes, talking about what have to do with JJ McCarthy. Oh, he couldn't throw the ball to him. He couldn't throw the ball to Addison. What? Actually, he could throw the ball to him. Heavy. But why don't you never say KOC, Stephen A. Smith, big biscuit head punk chump Holmes? Huh? Oh, you one of the good old boys too? The buddy buddy pow pow guys with Kevin O'Connell too? You look like one. You seem like one. Heavy, early. You've done stuff you do stuff and have said stuff before to make you sound like one. You hear me? Heavy dog, no cap. So Stephen A. just riding O'Connell wave. Another fake expert putting it on McCarthy, talking about McCarthy ain't this, McCarthy ain't that. McCarthy as the scapegoat again. Let's see. Let's just see. Does he ever say O'Connell's name? Huh? I wonder. I must know. I repeat, I must know.
got Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison and TJ Hockenson, and you can't look good with them brothers to throw the football to. Maybe it's about you. And that's really what this comes down to. So I look at Kyler Murray and I like the situation. I like his options, and I think it could work for him.
One, I never said that Arizona should be absolved of some blame as far as why they weren't able to have more.
Oh, look at him, huh? Now he want to come back around yonder, clean it on up. Yeah, man. He want to clean this shit on up. You hear me? Heavy.
More success when he was down there.
Shut your ass up, my dog. No cap.
I didn't say you said they should be absolved. I said you didn't mention them.
Oh, I did mention them. I said, look, the situation wasn't ideal down there. It wasn't as though he had all kinds of organizational help and all kinds of organizational support. That's a given. We all know that. We also know that there were plenty of questions about Kyler Murray when he was down there in terms of his leadership style, the consistency of his leadership, the consistency of being a guy who conducted himself both in and outside of the building in terms of his preparation to play the quarterback position.
Exactly. Are we forgetting about that? You can't forget about that. How do we know he's not the same dude, same character, same guy with the same personality? Heavy, bro. Same agenda, all that. So you can weigh it out. You can make it make sense, kind of. But you can make it sound stupid and dumb, you hear me, as well. And also make it set the Vikings back once again. Instead of developing, building their future franchise quarterback, who they drafted at number 10, Holmes. I repeat, they drafted at number 10. Yeah. They would rather go get Kyler Murray. Huh? Come on, bro. But it's about competition. It's about development, growth for JJ. Oh, yeah.
The way in which many of the other top franchise quarterbacks, guys who are force multipliers, guys who are looked at as bona fide, true upper echelon franchise quarterbacks in the entire scope of what it means to be that. This is not about his talent. This is not about him being a two-time Pro Bowler. This is not about him having highlight reel moments.
And what is it about?
It's bigger than that. It's bigger than that when you're talking about franchise quarterback. That's the question. Do I believe he can be I can believe he can be a good starter. I do believe that. I believe he can go to Minnesota and start and maybe help them get to the playoffs, a la Sam Darnold. Did we think
So what? Like what? So can McCarthy. So what, bro? Like no cap. Like what's up? What's next, bro? At all. at ease. Okay, playoff once again. Sam Darnold, one and done. I repeat, one and done is the norm. Oh, I get it. I get it. Asses in the seats, right? Asses in the seats. Long as that happens, they cool with it. Talking about, oh, he can take them to the playoffs. Then what? You hear me? Heavy. Then what? Once again. Yeah. Come on, bro. Stop the cap. Yap. Yeah. You know? Come on, bro.
Let me ask you this. Before this year, did you classify Sam Darnold as a franchise quarterback?
Hold on. Not at all. But here's the thing. You can now.
Now, exactly my point.
Right.
You can't classify Kyler Murray as a franchise quarterback yet. He goes to Minnesota and has the kind of career arc that Sam Darnold has had. You can classify him as that. And then,
all
now.
any of these teams, because we already know he's not.
Bruh, don't get McCarthy, period. But guess what? If they do, they get him for 1.3 mil, bet. At least make sure you give McCarthy a real chance to play, a real chance to be the one, period, no cap. Do right by McCarthy Holmes. I repeat, tell the Vikings do right by McCarthy Holmes. You hear me? Yeah, bro. Heavy. Do right by that man, bro. Give him a chance. I don't care who you bring in. Bring him. Bring it. Right? See what we got here, man. KLC play calling is horrible and no run game. Big facts. Big fact, Cody. Cody in the building early. Oh, yeah. Cody in the building early. This is my reason for no on Kyler Murray. He can't read defenses. He's a run first, pass second with our all line. He get destroyed. KLC play calling doesn't fit his style at all. Too short, not fully accurate. A lot of questions about Murray still. Daniel, you're bringing up can he read defenses? What is that about? You know, heavy. There's no guarantee with Kyler Murray. It's legit, EJ, but I don't want him. Yeah, bro. GTA 6 is about 6 months out. Oh man. You know, Kyler Murray gonna be on that game heavy all day, all night. EJ, what if JJM was a crazy draft pick, not KOC? Does that change the scenario? Hey, what if though? What if? How do we know for sure? How do we know for sure? Period. It was both of their draft picks, no cap. I mean, until someone says different, Holmes. Matter of fact, I'm waiting for Quasi to speak up, baby. I'm waiting for Quasi to speak up, baby. Yeah. Bottom line. KOC is wasting my favorite player in Justin Jefferson. I feel you, Daniel. We're gonna see what happened this year. We're gonna see what happened this year. Really got no choice but to see what happens with the action. And Stephen A saying JJM doesn't look good. It stems from coaching and head coach first, so blame them who failed JJM. Big facts. Chris in the building. Shout out Chris Carey in the building. You can't rely on JJ because he gets injured until he can prove that he can stay on the field. The Vikings are just protecting their asses. How? You want to talk about injuries? Chris Carey. Kyler Murray can't stay healthy. Chris Carey. So what are we really saying here? Chris Carey, you hear me? Heavy. Matter of fact, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe and hit that bell as well. Chris Carey. Support the chine, support the grind, support the channel, dog. No cap. SKOL Vikes. But Kyler Murray can't stay healthy as well. So what's really going on around yonder? Here. I repeat once again, what's really going on around yonder? Here. We're talking about injuries, injury prone, baby, maybe. Kyler Murray injury prone as a motherfucker, you know? Yeah. Injury prone as a motherfucker, man. No doubt. Injury prone, but hold up, man. Hold up, man. Shout out T-Baz in the building, man. What up, T-Baz?
What's going on? So, want to ask you a question here.
What's going on, man?
I always try to look at things from both sides, and right now I'm looking at things from the other side, the side of basically a non-Viking fan or whatever. So, hear a lot of talk that it's absolutely not J.J. McCarthy's fault. It's all because of Kevin O'Connell's play calling. So the coach is getting blamed for most of McCarthy's inadequacies.
Blamed by who? Blamed by who? 'Cause most people blaming McCarthy. So who's blaming KOC, Holmes? It's all McCarthy.
I hear
I
hear a lot of people say he doesn't run the ball. You know, you can't have this, that. So my only question is, do you remember?
Hold on.
I'm just gonna bring up some quarterbacks. Do you remember Johnny Manziel the coach being blamed for that? What about Ryan Leaf? What about
that was who they were though. Johnny Manziel was a part of your Ryan Leaf, alcohol addiction, all that was a bust. Couldn't play. JJ McCarthy can play. He has an arm, a powerful arm, one of the most powerful arms in the league as well, dog. So we can't compare.
But we don't know what's going on behind the scenes either for them to sour on him so quick.
But okay, what could be going on? I mean, we don't. But what do we do know, T-Bass? What do we do know though about McCarthy? When KOC changed,
not much for me in his NFL career.
That's cap, T-Bass. If we're talking about when KOC got out of his ego and changed the scheme to fit his quarterback and catered to his quarterback a little bit, you actually saw progress.
Okay. And like I said, I like to look at things from the other side. Right. What else went on during that time frame? What else went on during that exact same time frame? The Vikings played a string of the worst defenses in football, so that could be. Hold
on. That's cool. But you go to early in the season, they beat the Bears first game, come back by McCarthy.
Okay, that's a feather in his cap.
You go to the Detroit Lions game early in the season with JJ Ball. No one was expecting that. Everybody back on his nuts then, heavy. You want to talk about the Falcons game? The man was getting banged up all game. The Packers game, he had no time. So let's talk about O-line play. Let's talk about horrible play calling, bro.
And then let's talk about the benching during the tough part of the schedule, and benching so bad that they let Carson Wentz go out there one-armed.
Was it a benching or was it McCarthy?
It was a benching. That was not a high ankle sprain. No effing way. No way there's no way that was a high ankle sprain.
Because he's a tough son of a bitch. He's a tough son of a bitch.
No way that was a high ankle sprain.
He's a tough SOB.
Oh, yeah, he's hockey tough because he played hockey up into the age 12. That's a bunch of bullshit, too.
He's tough because he played injured, man, for a whole quarter. Limped on the field for a whole quarter.
He played injured because it was just a sprained ankle. It wasn't a high ankle sprain.
Hold on, T-Bass.
It wasn't a high ankle sprain.
You can't sit here and knock McCarthy, dog. He's so tough. He played with a hurt hand the last game of the season to help Jettas reach 1,000 for his brother. So don't disrespect offense, dog, and his heart.
I'm just looking at things on the other side. It just seems like the people who are really in on McCarthy are blaming everything on Kevin O'Connell. And I think Kevin O'Connell sucks as a coach. But it could be a combination of both.
It's not everything, but it's the majority. KOC blew it this year. Are you kidding me here? Did you see the play calling, Holmes?
I'm not sticking up for the guy. I've never liked O'Connell, but I'm not a big JJ McCarthy fan either.
And that's cool. But look, let's go back to before the season, OTAs, off season. If KOC was who he thought he was and he was doing his job, why the hell wasn't all this fixed before the season with McCarthy? You had 8 months, damn near 3 months training camp preseason involved. So why didn't KOC put his best foot forward with McCarthy like he did with Kirk Cousins, punk ass?
So let me ask you a question, which I always, from like pretty much day one drafted, I compared JJ. And I still compare him to Tim Tebow. Why didn't people fix Tim Tebow as quarterback?
Couldn't be fixed.
Well, maybe JJ McCarthy's shit can't be fixed either.
How do we know? It's 1 year in, T-Bass. How do we know, Holmes?
Yeah, I get it, but everybody just says no, but everybody just thinks it can instantly be fixed. That he's fixable. He might not be fixable. He may not be fixable.
Got you. No,
And that's just a brutal.
But look, if that's the case, cool. But let him earn it. Let him prove it then.
Oh, I'm all for it. I want him to sink or swim this year and move on from him. But I'm not gonna sit here and get him break and say he's young still. Give him another year, and then we're in the 4th year, still seeing if this guy's got it and passing up on quarterbacks.
Check it though. McCarthy is heat on McCarthy as well. McCarthy must get better. He must grow. That's why he's working with John Beck right now. Oh, it's pressure on McCarthy for real to perform. I'm not taking none of that away from him. Oh, he must show up. Period.
Yeah. I'm not all in on the kid. I haven't.
That's cool.
I haven't. People. I know quarterback's a different position than other things, but looking at past Vikings first round pick, and you're probably gonna say I seen something in the kid to get me excited, but you pretty much knew Randy Moss was gonna be great. You pretty much knew Randall McDaniel was gonna be great. Even Robert Smith, who was injured his first couple years, you seen signs that this guy stays healthy, he's gonna be great. Great. And that's for me as a Viking fan from the day JJ McCarthy was drafted. I was being sold a bill of goods that this kid was going to be great. Okay. He was not just good, not just adequate. This guy was going to be great. He was going to be freaking great.
Let me ask you this. So were you happy when the Vikings drafted McCarthy? Did you want McCarthy?
You can go look on stuff. I thought it was a major reach drafting him at 10.
Okay, but I give you that credit then. But then I'll say one name for you, Tom Brady. I'll say another name for you, Bo Nix. Yeah. No one saw Bo Nix great. No one saw Tom Brady being great, dog. Brock Purdy, dog. We can't sit here and compare one season and say, oh, he's not going to be good, or I seen nothing from him. They didn't see anything from Brock Purdy, from Tom Brady. Come on, bro. Let him prove it. Let him at least get a fair chance, fair play. And stop lying, KOC Holmes.
And I want to see him play this year, but I'm not buying into all the bill of goods that it was all Kevin O'Connell's fault, and it's because he's immature and stuff. I want to see him perform. I want to see him stay healthy, and I want to see things that make me excited, because I think some of these things are a mirage. Everybody points out to the last several games of the season, but they get mad when I say, yeah, and it was against the worst defenses in the league. The worst. Their last 3 or 4 games were against pathetic defense.
Cowboys were playing playoff football. The Lions were fighting for a spot.
The Giants.
Who else was the Giants? They were fighting. They weren't. That was the Giants.
The Giants had the worst defense. But if you look at the defenses, they're the worst defenses in the league.
You cannot take away his progress, T-Bass. Not right to McCarthy. Period. You cannot downplay his progress he had when KOC changed his play calling. Period. Disrespectful, Holmes. Heavy. And so Ralph asked you a question. Hold on. Ralph got a question for you, Holmes. So who does he want to be the Vikings this season? Who do you want to be the quarterback, T-Bass, since you can't stand McCarthy, dog?
I said McCarthy.
So you want McCarthy to be the quarterback?
Times already. I want to see him sink or swim.
Okay,
But I'm not sold on him yet. I am not sold on him like a lot of Viking fans, and I refuse to make excuses for his performance so far. He's going into year 3, and he's all just a bunch of question marks. So we got to figure it out. Figure it out and figure it out quick, because if he's not that good this year, I'm done with him.
All right, let me ask you this real quick, T-Bass. So Chris Carey, shout out Chris Carey in the building, says just bring Cousins back. How dumb does that sound to you, or does it sound dumb?
Depends on the price.
Oh, fuck Kirk Cousins, Jack. Oh, I don't care. I don't want him back ever, Holmes. Heavy. I don't ever want Kirk back in the building, dog. Is that not disrespectful to the team? Come on now, T-Bass.
That's another thing. That's another thing. I step back and don't look at it as a Viking fan. There's a lot of people after 2022 that were all high on Kevin O'Connell and the 13 wins. Kevin O'Connell's great. We had a great 13 wins, and I'm like, that playoff game was a disaster. They played the same team they played the week before, and he didn't change at all the offensive scheme. Not one bit. And that's why they got beat. But everybody says, oh, it was because of Ed Donishell's defense. It wasn't Kevin O'Connell's fault. Yet, okay, so if it wasn't Kevin O'Connell's fault, who was the quarterback during 13?
Kirk Cousins.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then wasn't Kirk Cousins balling out the next year before he blew his Achilles?
Yeah, that's the only year you can really speak up. That's the only year you can.
So if people all I'm saying is some people are quick to make excuses for Kevin O'Connell, yet Kirk Cousins is a different story. But Kirk Cousins was the quarterback that Kevin O'Connell was calling plays for, and for Kevin O'Connell, it was all because Ed Donishell's defense sucked. But you don't make that excuse for Kirk Cousins.
I make no excuses for Kirk or Kevin O'Connell. They both have been piss poor. Kirk was not a winner. He folded under pressure and all that. Seeing it year after year. I would never want Kirk back in the building. He robbed the Vikings, played with them, didn't want to play for a ball, all that. I agree
about folding under pressure, but that and you're not going to argue with me, but that's the same thing with Kevin O'Connell. I don't make excuses for him. That was a fucking joke. It wasn't all Ed Donishell's defense. It was the fact that this guy could not adjust, and he still can't adjust. They played the exact same offensive scheme, the exact same offensive plays against a team they played the prior week, and the Giants were ready for it.
Oh, yeah. And Daniel says backwards thinking mentality. Why a bridge for 1 year? F that. The same story with the Vikings. Another 1 year quarterback, Holmes. Come on now. Build around your QB1, period. Build a team for real, man.
And I'm all for it. Like I said, I want him to start this year, but I want to see a lot of progress. It's year 3. I want to see a lot of progress. I don't want to see this. Just like I hear Viking fans say Kevin O'Connell in his 5th year, winning one playoff game is perfectly acceptable for them. That's enough to bullshit. It should be deep into the playoffs. That's my expectations. And my expectation for JJ McCarthy going into year 3 as the franchise pick is better be a hell of a lot better.
Facts.
I don't want to hear about the offensive line and we're not running the ball. He better be a lot more accurate, and he just better be better.
Well, your whole team, your whole offense has to be better. Period. Holmes, heavy. Your whole offense has to be better. Bottom line.
And then everybody thinks this Viking draft is going to be all cornerback, safety, defensive tackle, linebacker. I tell people, I was like, okay, who's running the draft? Ultimately, the head coach. The head coach.
Hopefully Flores, though.
He's not the head coach.
Doesn't matter. Vikings been doing this shit unorthodox anyway, Holmes. Heavy.
So you think Kevin O'Connell's just going to step back and say Flores has got the draft?
Nah. Too he's too much ego driven for that. But they will collaborate.
He's the head coach. He's the head coach. So
they will collaborate definitely.
So what was the Vikings defense ranking last year? I think it was 5th, right?
Yeah, so you depending on time of
5th in the league.
In the
5th
season.
in the league. What was their offense? 28th?
Horrible, piss poor, atrocious, bottom of the pack.
I think it was 28. 28.
Sewage, manure.
So they go into the draft. They need to fix the offense, not the defense, correct?
They need to
if you go by the numbers.
Trenches, definitely, both sides.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I think we're going to draft a wide receiver in the first round.
We see how it go, man. Hey, but T-Baz, I'm finna finish up this live, bro. Appreciate you. Good talking to you, dog.
Clear.
Hold it down. Hey, shout out T-Baz in the building, bro. Shout out T-Baz. Shout out my big dog T-Baz in the building. You hear me? No cap. Let's finish up this here. I'm pretty much done with this video here. Let's go ahead and get into some we got Jalen Naylor. Break Jalen Naylor down real quick, then I'm gonna get up out of here. You know, what will the Vikings do with Naylor? Hopefully they can bring Speedy back. 1 second here. Let's see here real quick, man. So here we go. Boom. Get right to it. Get up out of here. Questions, comments, opinions in the chat. Get to them as I can, but I'm finna finish this up here. Here we go. Boom. Fresh Jalen Naylor free agent buzz confirms Vikings will be on the outside looking in. Kind of bad news for the Vikings if you're depending on which direction you want this thing to go with the whole Speedy situation, right? I want Naylor in. One second. Hey, Dre, hey, I'm finna finish with this article, bro.
It's just one thing I want to tell you, because you might not would have seen it.
Yeah.
I agree with Stephen A. on that tape. Finish the live, brother. I agree with it. All right.
All right, we're going bet. Dre said he agree with him. On what part, Dre? On what part, bro? Heavy. Here we go, man. So we got Naylor. Dre said he agree with Stephen A on that part. What part, dog? No cap. You gotta be clear with it, Dre. Heavy, man. Fresh Jalen Naylor free agent buzz confirms Vikings will be on outside looking in. Man, shout out my dog Speedy, though. You hear me? Heavy. Want Speedy in the building, man. No cap. Let's see here. After last year's spending spree in free agency, the Minnesota Vikings are guaranteed to be more conservative this offseason once they complete their effort to get under the salary cap, of course. One of the more notable free agents for the Vikings is wide receiver Jalen Naylor. He has not put up huge numbers thus far in his career as the team's number 3, wide receiver 3, but he has shown some promise when opportunity has knocked, and he could fully blossom in a bigger role. We know what Jalen Naylor can do. We saw it this year. Drop some balls. Hell yeah, but they all did. Get better, bro. Period. In terms of a return to the Vikings for Naylor, it primarily and obviously will come down to how far they're willing to go contractually. With that, it's fair to assume he'll find a better deal on the open market. When it comes down to it, he should not take any kind of discount to stay in what's lined up to continue to be a minimized role in Minnesota. Yeah, you know, Paylor going to want to get paid, bro. Period. New Jalen Naylor buzz all but confirms he won't be back with the Minnesota Vikings in 26. Over the weekend in Indianapolis at the NFL Combine, Alec Lewis of The Athletic gathered a lot of intel about Naylor among his notes regarding the Vikings' overall plan for free agency. Here we go. More than 10 teams are eyeing Vikings receiver Jalen Naylor. Damn, 10? He probably out of there, bro. No cap. Ty Felton, where you at? I repeat, Ty Felton, where you at? Is your antennas ringing, my nigga? Yeah, step up, man. Step up. Better go draft Kenyon Sadiq. Better go draft Kenyon Sadiq. I repeat, go get Sadiq. Athletic freak. Yeah, SKOL VIKES. You hear me? Heavy. According to league sources, Naylor recently turned 27 and will be one of the more coveted free agent wide receivers next week. Even though he has caught only 69 NFL passes and never reached 450 yards in a season, 450 yards in a season, multiple evaluators think he has the potential to become a priority signing. Well, damn. The Vikings don't want to lose Naylor. The coaches, especially receivers coach Keenum and Cordell, have watched him progress into one of their best developmental stories. He can absorb a complex playbook. He is a willing run blocker, facts no cap. He possesses vertical speed, big facts no cap. And he displays separation ability too. Speed is there as well. I mean, who in their right mind wants to see Naylor go? Period, Holmes. Heavy. Lewis then offered a more direct note about Naylor's potential from a league executive and the resulting implications for the contract he'll get. One NFC executive posited that he could see Naylor producing an 80-catch season in the near future. Hey, bro, put in a different role, shit, even in a different role with the Vikings, home just getting more targets. He can still put up 80. They can all eat heavy if KOC pull his head from out his ass. Yeah, you hear me? Heavy, dog, no cap. SKOL VIKES. Naylor's contract will match that level of production. He could be in line for a 3-year deal worth an average annual value of between 12 mil and 15 million, league sources said. By comparison, Giants receiver Darius Slayton signed a 3-year contract worth 36 million a couple seasons ago. Definitely taking Speedy over Darius Slayton any damn day. As confirmed by Lewis, reporting basically 1/3 of the league has some level of interest. Multiple other teams could sign Naylor to a multi-year contract that aligns with making him their receiver too. Wow, bro, you hear me? Period. Jalen Naylor finna get that bag. And picture him with a mastermind play caller who gonna utilize him correctly all game. Man, KOC has too much. Bro, KOC has he has so much talent. Wow, bro, so much talent to work with. That offense should have been so damn explosive, Holmes. Heavy. Fucking disrespectful to the players. No cap. The path to that role with the Vikings will only be paved by Jordan Addison being traded, and the prospect of that happening has cooled lately. You don't trade Addison for nobody. Heavy, bruh. No cap. SKOL VIKES. Nothing Lewis has freshly reported about Naylor is surprising as free agency gets closer. Barring a complete 180 in the current direction things are going, the Vikings simply won't be able to compete in the market for his services. And boom, there it is, man. There we go, baby. So shout out Naylor. We hope Speedy comes back in the building. We hope he returns. I know I do. Proctor from Bama. Hey, roll tide full of pride. Roll tide full of pride. Ralph in the building. Ralph no ball. Ralph no real ball. Heavy, you hear me? Early. Okay. Freak, specimen, all that. We talk about trenches, talk about replacing Brian O'Neill. Yeah, why not? I repeat, why not? Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, yeah. Rob B is intern pending on how this year goes. Why? So he can have a clean slate as GM. Yeah, Rob Brzezinski. I don't think he know too much what he talk about, man. No cap. I mean, he knows some shit. I ain't gonna sit here and cap. He knows some shit. But when it comes to football and identifying players and talent, just don't trust him like that, man. Just don't believe in him like that, Jack. I think he's a real smooth jive turkey, smooth criminal, man. Yeah. Come on now, Jack. Jive turkey, Jack. I mean, you see how he froze up, got the shaking like a stripper. Tighten up, Rob. Tighten up, Rob, boy. Yeah. When she asked him about how far are the Vikings away from being a championship caliber team, he didn't want to answer the question. So he had to be what? Politically correct, in check. I agree with everything he said. Everything like what, Dre? He said QB whisper. Did you peep that? He already said KLC isn't a QB whisper. Yeah. I think I think I've heard that video before. Yeah, heard it on the other video as well. No cap. But yeah, I mean Stephen A. He definitely said some good things, but some shit he was incorrect about when he started bringing up McCarthy and all that. So one video he's saying, "Oh, KOC ain't a whisperer," and the next minute he blaming McCarthy. I mean, so which side is he on, Drake? Which side is he really picking, dog? You hear me, heavy? No cap. Say Bernard, yeah, Jeremy Bernard, man. Jeremy Bernard, definitely, dog. He will be there. He will be there. Old Todd full of pride. I'll be happy as fuck if they draft my dog Bernard. Yeah, they don't know about Jeremy like that. You hear me, Dre? Heavy. They don't know about Jeremy like that, man. He a dog. He a real dog. But yeah, shout out to Stephen A. Smith and and his panel for keeping it real majority of the way. But it's no guarantee with McCarthy. I'm saying no. Don't ever trade JG for nothing. Shout out Jonathan Grenard. You hear me, heavy. Mac Jones or nothing. What else we do here? Let's see here.